making some kind of appeal that first he's making a claim, right, that the crimes committed by communist states outweigh the crimes committed by states in which what people were believers.
What
But that
Hades
doesn't
doing with
that.
Christianity?
Sorry, I was talking. But that doesn't establish that you're more likely to commit a crime if you believe in eternal or believe in like damnation after death than not, and that's what kind of thing we were looking for. So
Hades
those
making a
kind of
claim about
appeals. So
Christians,
those
right,
hey
doing
hey
these
hey hey
things.
hey 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 hey! Did you hear me talking, John? So yeah, so those kind of appeals are not what we're looking for. Now if you have some kind of like controlled study, maybe that would count. Yeah, maybe somebody'd be interested in that.
Matt is not
But you
making
just
Matt.
saying hey, but you just saying states that officially had an atheist position caused more deaths than states that didn't willfully, right, or something like that. I don't see why anybody would care about that.
No, why would anyone care about Hades' claim? The only reason Matt said what he did, and I supported him in that, is because of Hades' claims, of which you didn't feel a need to criticize her, because our point is exactly, you
What was
want to
my
do a
claim?
comparison? You were talking about Christians and
What
how
was my claim,
Christians,
John?
your point was that Christians, right, do these things that atheists may do, and what Matt is saying is that atheists empirically do more. That's a stupid back and
Well,
forth, and this is what
if it's
Oh,
the
sorry.
case that atheists do more, Matt can support that if he wants. But what he came up with was garbage. Nobody wants to listen to that.
what you're not recognizing, Jack, is what Haiti came up with was garbage.
I
And
don't
our
actually
response,
care. I don't actually
our
care.
yeah, see
I
how
don't actually
stupid
care.
this is.
I don't care. I don't care whether what Haiti said was garbage or not. Right?
You have to understand
What
why
I
we
was
even brought up this
interested
point. You have to understand why
what
we're
I
not
was
putting it
interested in
forward as an
pointing out.
argument, but
Hey,
we're putting it
hey,
forward as a
hey, hey, hey,
rebuttal.
hey, hey, hey. When you hear me talking, you stop talking. What I was interested in.
I'm not
What I
talking
was
to
at.
you, Jack.
Hey, you can run away if you want. Nobody gives a fuck. Um, yeah. So what I was interested in was pointing out that Matt doesn't have support for his empirical claim. That's it. That's all I was interested in supporting. I'm sorry. That was all I was interested in pointing out. Right. May well be that Haiti made some things that she can't support, made some claims that she can't support. Okay, that wasn't what I was interested in addressing.
I said that the last 2,000 years is not evidence that Christianity or religion stops you from doing bad things, because the last 2,000 years is completely covered with bad things. The longest time Europe went without a war was probably, I don't know, 30 to 50 years. So it's a fucking joke to say, I'm going to give you the last 2,000 years as evidence that religion stops people from doing bad things. That's what I said.
After how much time did I spend, Haiti? About 30, 45 minutes by saying it is not our claim that religion stops, and yet you're still on this trope.
Well, what the claim?
Even
Well,
if
the
it,
claim was
even
that
look,
Matt.
I can just.
The claim was that Matt made was that it makes you less likely to.
Yeah, and I'm denying that.
It is the
Yeah, and
question. It is the question that was posed to him, and I agree with.
I
Yeah,
asked
but
Matt if he could
putting
support that
forward as an
claim.
argument. Now I'm fucking talking to you.
I asked Matt if he could support that claim, and he gave us a bunch of garbage. Right. That's it. That's the end of it. Right. Till he can come up with something, right, that supports the claim that isn't garbage. Right. It's over.
That's pretty over, Jack. In fact, it was a non-starter.
He said that he thought the evidence supported it. We asked him for the evidence. He came up with a bunch of garbage. Right? That's a W.
I actually think that the claim that he made about likely and less likely is supported by the empirical evidence, and I actually can back that claim up. But it's neither here nor there. That's the real point.
Now, when you say stuff like that, you know what we think, right? We think that you saying that, if anything, counts as evidence the other way because you have a proven history of posturing, right? So you can say that all you like, right? Oh, well, I actually think the evidence supports this and I think I can back it up, right? When we hear you say things like, I think I can back it up, right? We have a long track record of you saying stuff like that when you can't back it up. So we think it's just a bunch of posturing, right? So we're not
I'll
actually
give you an
interested. We're
analogy.
not actually interested in hearing you posture, John. We're interested in hearing you back up your fucking claims.
Right. I understand that. And you're always interested in someone backing up their claims. But what I'm trying to say is that if a person, a lame, an idiot flat earther, makes a claim and they ask the question, rather than backing up their claims, they ask the question, do you believe that the earth is an oblate spheroid? And the answer is yes. Give us the evidence for that, right? It is not the case that I'm even interested in providing this skeptic, all of a sudden skeptic, after making certain claims, rather than backing up his claims. I'm not beholden to.
You're
So
just
that's the proper
justifying.
analogy. And then
You're
if I
just
don't give him,
justifying.
sir,
You're just
sir,
coming up with
son,
more reasons why
son,
you won't back up
look,
your
I have
claims.
one more sentence, Dad.
We've heard
I have
that.
one more
We've heard that
sentence.
before.
I have one
We've
more
heard that.
sentence. And
We've heard. No, that's all
and
right. That's all right. You don't need to finish. We've heard all
well,
this
now
before.
actually that's the point I'm making. One more sentence.
We've heard all this before.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Why
We
won't
we
you
we
why won't
know
you
we know
allow
you
the
have.
point?
Hey,
This is
hey,
one
hey! I'm
sentence.
telling you to stop talking. We know you
Yeah, I'm
have
gonna stop
abundant
talking.
reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can run
stop
away if
talking.
you want. You can run away. You can run away if you want. Nobody
There's
cares.
no reason
Well,
for you to
nobody
stop one
cares if
sentence,
you want to
Jack.
run away, John. I told you
There's
to
no
stop
reason
talking.
for you to
I
stop
told
one
you to stop
sentence.
talking.
I don't give a fuck if you
I
tell
told
me
you
to
to stop.
stop
Okay,
talking.
mute him.
You're
Mute
nothing to
him.
me. You're
Mute him. Mute
nothing.
him. Mute him. Mute him, please. Thank you. Yeah, we've heard all your excuses for why you won't support or why you can't support or why you don't need to support your claims. Right? We've heard all that a million times. Right? What we're interested in hearing you do is support your claims. Right? So you don't need to tell us, oh, I don't need to support my claims just because I answered a question or whatever. Fine. Right? We all understand you're not going to support your claims. Right? We're abundantly familiar with you not supporting your claims. Right? That's like become a standing joke here day after day that you get asked, you say something, people ask you to justify it, and then you give all your excuses for why you don't have to answer that question. Right? You don't need to tell us why you won't do it. Right? We already know. Right? We already know that you're a dodger. Right? You don't need to come up with your various excuses for why you're a dodger. Right? But if you want to support your claims, we'd be happy to entertain that.
You mean nothing to him, Jack.
Just funny when he's activating his escape hatch.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he said
I
it in
mean,
a previous recording and we should go look for it.
Why do I even entertain questions like that? Blah, 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 blah.
I
So
think it
nonsense.
would be weird to go into the flat earth room and to be like, the earth's round, yo. And then if they say, well, why do you think it's round? You just be like, well, I don't need to support. Well, then don't go into the flat earth room and engage these people.
Well,
If you're stupid enough to go in and engage those people, then you probably should have a reason for why you think the world is round. Otherwise, why say it?
what's funny is that Nightclot does that same thing. He says, "Here's my claim. Now you have to disprove it."
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, the Earth is round and the Earth is flat. It's so stupid because it's basically like reality versus a bunch of crazy people. This is a question that potentially there could be evidence for and against, right? It might not be a settled matter. So I don't know why John's pretending it's like
This
a
is
flat
like a
Earth thing.
legitimate empirical claim that people can discuss, and there are various opinions on. It could be impactful. That's kind of interesting. It's not remotely. It's not like remotely in the domain of like flat Earth nonsense.
This echo chambers. The point is, Jack, I'm telling you, right, for the reasons I stated, I am not giving you an answer, right?
Yeah, we heard that
You
a
don't have to
million
like
fucking times. We've heard that
You
a
don't
million
have to
fucking
like it,
times.
but then to say
What a
that let's move
surprise! What a
on is
surprise,
a
John!
problem.
What a
You have a
surprise!
pro-
What a
you have a
surprise,
pro-
John!
See how you
What a
overtalking
surprise!
each other?
Yeah, I am
Let's
over talking
go
you.
back to
I
your
am
circle
over
jerk.
talking you. I am over talking you because I told you we've already heard it a million times. What a surprise! I'm not going to support my claims. What a surprise, John! You're not going to support your claims. We don't need to hear it. We already know you're not going to support your claims, right? When you
I
come
don't
into
need to
a
hear
chat,
that.
sorry. When you come into a chat room, we think, oh, here's the person who doesn't support his claims, right? We already know you're not going to
That's
fucking
how I
support
see
your
you,
claims. You don't
Jack.
need to tell us.
I don't
You
see you
don't need
supporting your
hey,
claim.
hey. You don't need to tell us, right, that you're not going to support your claims. We already know that. What would be interesting, what would be novel, would be to come into the room one day and say, hey, I've got some support for one of my claims, right? That would
Well,
be news. That's what we're
Jack,
interested in hearing.
Jack, only an idiot would see me come into a room knowing that I do not support my claims and like a fool expect me to support my claims and
I just
snivel
told,
about how I do not
did
support
you
my
just hear me
claims.
say, did you just hear me
You,
say,
sir, are a
hey,
fool.
stop talking. Did you just hear me say we don't expect it? We expect the opposite. Did you just hear me say that?
Repeating it doesn't need to be said over and over and over again.
You said
And not
only
only
an
so,
idiot would expect
there's
a.
no
Oh, you said
reason.
stop.
There's no reason
You
to be asking me to support my claims from a
stop.
person who
Somebody mute him.
does not support.
Somebody mute him. You said only an idiot would expect me to support my claims, right? I just said nobody expects you to support your claims, right? We expect the opposite.
That's not what I said. You took a part of what I
That is
said.
what you said. You said only an idiot would
Uh
who
huh.
knows that I don't support my claims would expect me to support my claims and then snivel about it, right? I don't expect you to support your claims, so you can't be talking about me.
Only an idiot, I'm going to repeat myself, would expect me to support my claims
Yeah, well,
when
I
they're
just addressed
expecting me
that.
not to support my claims. Is that you agree with me, Snivel?
I just addressed that, right? Nobody expects you to support your claims. Stop fucking repeating it.
Nobody would ask for me to support my claim with
Why wouldn't we ask?
rationality and sanity if it is the case that one does not, unless it's some performative, you don't expect nor want someone to back up their claims when you know that they don't. When I, sir, know that the person is not going to support their claims, I don't even ask, lest I be demonstrated to be a fool like you.
My point is that you're a dodger, right? You're a dodger. You're a bullshitter, right? The purpose of this chat room
Everyone
is hey, stop talking. The purpose of this chat room, right, is to expose you particularly as a bullshitter and a dodger, right? And to a lesser extent, people like Matt, right? That's the purpose of this chat room
knows. So
to
you agree
show
you don't want
how,
an answer.
hey. The purpose of this chat room is to show that you're a dodger, to call you out for bullshit, to point out, right, how you lie, how you can't defend your claims, right? And the only time you do defend your claims is when you know you have an easy win, right? Which shows that you don't have some consistent position that you won't support your claims, right? You profess that position, right? But when you have an easy win, all of a sudden, there you are supporting your claims, making arguments, right? But then when people point out that you've made some kind of mistake, you've contradicted yourself, you said something that you can't support, all of a sudden, we hear you say, oh, well, I don't support my claims. We hear a million different excuses, a million different justifications for why you don't support your claims, right? And that's great. That's what we want because then we can point out how you're a complete fucking bullshitter, dodger, liar, dishonest piece of garbage, right? That's what the purpose of this room is to expose to the world what a dishonest piece of garbage John Lee is, right? That's why this room was created, right?
So I
And that's
don't.
a
Wait,
fact.
really?
It's
That's the
very
purpose of this room?
clear,
That's a
right?
fact.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
pretty much the point of
clear,
this room. Yeah.
right? It's very clear that I am expressing that particular claim, right, which is really an answer to a question, will not be supported. I'm not going to be tricked into like, oh, that old trick of does God exist? Yes. Oh, that's a claim. No matter how many times I say God does not exist,
You're doing it again.
we're
You're
gonna
doing it
admit
again. You're
that.
doing it again. We've heard it. We've heard it all before. We've heard it all fucking before.
Yeah,
You
and so
don't defend. You don't defend your
you
claims,
don't defend
right?
your
So
fucking
you
claims, Jack.
that's the material.
You,
Look,
Mr. Amstrike,
hey,
the
hey,
coward,
hey, hey,
does
hey,
not
hey, hey,
support his
hey,
bogus
hey,
claims.
hey, hey,
But I'm not
hey,
interested in my
hey,
claims. I'm
hey,
interested in your
hey, hey,
bogus.
hey, hey. That's not what's under discussion here, right? If
That's
you
what
want to
the
have a
judge
debate with somebody, if you want to have
ordered.
a debate with somebody,
Jack
if
Amstrike,
you want to have a debate with somebody about
afraid
whether I
that's what
support my
he
claims or not, you know what you
did
could
the last
do?
3 years.
You could create your own room, right?
Run
About
from
how,
everybody
hey,
that's
hey, 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 you're really
intelligent.
triggered, John. You
You're
can't
not
control yourself.
because
You
you
can't fucking
don't
control yourself. All right, let me
answer the
appeal. Let me
you ever
appeal
go to
to the
Christian
other
rooms
mod.
and
Should
ask
we
the
just let
Christian?
him get it out of his
You're
system,
not
or should we mute
because
him?
you are coward
Let
is
him freak
not
out.
used
And you mute
to
John
support
Lee.
claims.
Because if nobody's
Let him get it out.
recording, there's no point in
Don't
listening to this.
defend your claims, and
It
yet
is
you,
kind of the
sir,
fruits of your labor, Jack.
hypocritically expect others, but you don't expect others, but you demand it in a performative act to pretend that Christians here do not defend their. Well, forget about me. Forget about whether I defend my claim. We're just interested in whether you defend your claims. That we ask a question and then trap you with the claim and laser focus on that answer as if you get to dictate the flow of the conversation. You do not,
No,
sir. You're nothing. I don't care if you're a
nobody,
mod. You, sir, are nothing.
nobody cares, right?
He's Jack fucking Age Strike. Shut up, John Lee.
Yeah, nobody fucking cares. You can whine all you want about how you think you're getting unequal treatment or whatever. Nobody gives a fuck.
Your claim,
Okay, I
my
have
questions. You're not defending your
Bill
claim.
has given me one chance
Sniveling.
to not.
Please mute Billy. Quick, mute Billy, please. That was
Everyone care
fast.
about my sniveling. The whole room needs to care about my sniveling. That you, sir, don't support your claims.
Hey,
I'm
dumbass,
glad
your
that
mic's
John.
on.
Actually, my one of the reasons why I've been so aggressive is because I wanted to get John this triggered. I wanted him to get really hyped. So I'm really
You
glad.
got
Dude, you
your
nailed it, dude.
You nailed it, Jack.
And you're
You
gonna,
got.
you know what's
You got.
great is we're
You
gonna
got to live.
get to hear you. We're gonna get to hear you whine, lash out all day
The
long.
Irish
You're gonna be
reputation.
butthurt the
Everybody's
whole
been
fucking
sniveling all
day, and
fucking day
Probably
and
gonna have
that's
like
today.
a
and
weekend
that's
of
likely to
activities.
give us
I'm
hours of good
sniveling.
content.
You're
This is a weekend,
sniveling.
Jack. We're gonna whole weekend out
I'm
of this. This is
making
a meal.
comments toward you, right? But you're sniveling. Answering my questions. He's not supporting his claim. We all know because he doesn't
No,
have an
it wasn't.
answer.
It
He
wasn't
doesn't have
actually
an
sniveling.
answer.
It
He's
wasn't sniveling.
demonstrated this to be the
What I
case.
said was
Oh,
we weren't. What I said was we didn't want to hear the excuses. Right? That's not sniveling. So we don't want to hear the excuses. We like to hear you defend your claims. But of course, you're going to retreat since you can't defend your
wait,
claims.
you
You're going to
said you
retreat.
don't
Hey,
want
hey,
me to
hey,
defend
hey,
my
hey, hey.
claim.
You hear me talking,
Listen
right?
to
You hear me
you
talking?
do, you
Do you hear
don't,
me
you
talking?
do, you
Do you hear
don't.
me
Listen to
talking?
that.
Do you hear me talking?
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
care.
So okay, somebody mute him, please. Yeah. So what I said was I don't want to hear you just give your excuses for why you aren't going to support your claims because we've heard it all before, right? I said if you want to support your claims, you're welcome to do that, right? And I said that you made a mistake in saying that I was an idiot to expect you to support your claims because of course I said the opposite, right? Nobody expects you to support your claims, right? And then I pointed out that what the purpose of this room is, right, is to show how you can't support your claims, how you posture, right, and then don't support your claims. None of that is sniveling. But you can unmute him now so we can hear him like lash out and have
Pretty
a
funny stuff.
tantrum.
The missus must not be near the Prius if he's freaking out that loud.
Yeah, and John, just for
I guess-
audio clarity, can
Oh,
you
yeah.
get closer to your mic because
Sorry.
you've moved quite far from it? So we're going to need your sniveling to be at a higher bit rate.
So yeah, that's fine. So with regard to this room, to me, it seems to be that if anything, right, you're claiming my purpose. I don't know about your purpose. My purpose is to demonstrate and highlight that atheists who don't support their own claims are sniveling about other people not supporting their claims, claiming they don't expect people to back up their claims, but they're performatively asking questions they sincerely do not even want, right, or expect, but what they really want is to be able to have the platform to snivel about how other people don't support their claims. That's what I'm highlighting, Jack. And
Yeah, well, now
you're
that's
playing into my game, sir.
that's the calling them like you see them thing, right? And that hasn't turned out so well for you. The claim that you call them like you see them, right? That's when Tom comes here, we can just go over. We can go over. We can go over right the
Didn't go out well
litany.
for you, Jack.
We can go over the
How much
litany.
strength
We
does
can
that
go
have?
over the litany of cases, right, where you've been exposed for not calling them like you see them, right? So when you say stuff like that, it's just more posturing, right? And
Look at the claims you're making.
you understand what the general view here is about you posturing like that, right? We think it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm okay with whatever you intend for your room. That much I do know.
No, clearly you're not okay because you can't stop yourself from
Oh, I'm enjoying
over
myself.
talking
I don't know
me.
about you.
Yeah, well, we don't believe that either.
You think I'm exasperated when
We think
the
we think
intensity of my
once
voice is
again,
not because I'm exasperated. Responsive.
once again, we think that that's more posturing because we have a proven record of you as being a complete fucking bullshitter, right? So you can say, "Oh, I'm having a great time. I'm not bothered by this at all," and we're gonna watch all day long as you look for little chances, to lash out, to poke, right, to try to catch people and.
But it is posturing, Jack. I can admit. I don't know, but then maybe not for the reasons you may imagine, right? But the thing is, the irony of it is you're posturing even more when you start to say these things. Can you give us an argument for that? Can you support your claims? All this is performative. That's posturing, Jack. You are the biggest posture there is on this very server, and yet you want to have the audacity to say I'm posturing. I am actually posturing, right? I'm not in denial of it like you are, but I'm posturing for a different reason. And I don't think you think I'm posturing to avoid your most what is it, like whatever word there is, your brilliant questions, and your questions are foolish. You're not even sincere with your questions. You admitted asking these questions so that everyone here can see how I'm running away from your questions. That's your motivation, Jack. You don't care about the discussion. You care about some sort of optics, and that's fine with me. That's all you have is optics. You don't have the truth. You don't have the justifications. You have nothing.
Actually, he can back up all of those claims that you don't back up your claims, which is the funny part, is that we all have evidence of you never backing up your fucking claim.
As long as I've been in these discussions, the irony of the other aisle is you don't answer our questions. You don't back up your claims. This is a common theme, not just for for philosophical atheists. This is going back all the way to the '90s with the new atheists.
Yeah, we've heard all that before.
What I'm telling you is I've heard that perhaps tens of thousands of times before.
Yeah, we've heard you say that over and over again, right? Nobody buys it.
You don't see Christians sniveling. They don't back up these atheists. They don't back up their claims now.
Yeah, we hear that.
Someone like a Doc Dawkins might kind of take that route as a response, but it's not really. It's more a response than it is like a genuine desire for some sort of answers to questions.
More posturing.
My guess is atheists aren't interested in truth, nor are they interested in answers.
More posturing.
More posturing.
More posture.
Funny stuff, Jack. Funny stuff.
John's making all kinds of claims that he's not backing up.
And refuses to.
What's funny about the fool comments you made, Jack, is just yesterday he was so angry about that abortion discussion that we were having that he said, all in the same breath, I know that you don't do these formal debates and you run from me every time, but I would be happy to do a formal debate with you anytime. I demanded a formal debate with you and Haiti versus me and Matt. So he essentially just did the same thing. A fool knows I'm not going to do it. He just claimed that he knew I'm not going to accept it, and yet he's demanding me do it anyway.
Well, that was when Tom pointed out, right, that when you call him on his bullshit, the tune changes, right? Because after he called John on his bullshit demand that Tom engage in a formal debate with him, and then presumably, I don't think I watched the debate, presumably John was made a fool of in that debate, John stopped demanding that Tom formally debate. He even asked John point blank, he said, hey, John, you want to debate me again? Was that what you'd like to do? Would you like to have another formal debate? I don't even think John responded.
Yeah, no, I would have a debate with Tom.
Jane and I have
there are
never.
other people that I'm more interested in. Just so happens to be.
Jane and I have never
Andrew, kiss your mic.
Claimed that we are chomping at the bit, slobbering. Any? Well, hang on, I'm
I don't know why you.
Why are you over talking me? I'm talking.
Yeah, sorry.
The difference is we've never claimed we want. We never claimed we want, so we've always said it's not really interesting to us, right? But you, on the other hand, keep making things about you're slobbering anytime, any place. And then you just consist to try and wriggle out of every debate you've ever done, including this current one. So it's just more hypocritical for you than it is for us just to be like, yeah, we don't want to do a formal debate. We've never said we would.
Yeah, see, you have to understand, John, what we want you to do is challenge people to debates, to strut around posturing how you're slobbering for a debate. We go through the same thing every time where you refuse to get pinned down on a date. You come up with every possible excuse, avoid having debate. And all along we're saying, oh, this is John who's slobbering to have a debate, right? This is our entertainment. This is what this room was constructed for you to behave that way, right? So we can all have a good laugh at your expense, right? When you engage in the same dodging bullshit.
Yeah, he did respond last night.
That particular characterization, Haiti, I don't know what. If you want my attitude toward these debates, right? It's not the case that I'm always looking for one, like maybe a Khalilullah would be looking for a debate. I mean, to characterize me as always just slobbering for a debate and just talking the talk and looking for it. I can tell
yesterday you literally said that
you've been
slobbering for a debate with me and Haiti on abortion for years. That's what you said.
And so what does that even mean to you?
It means you
just denied having ever said it. You said you're going to characterize me as someone who walks around saying I'm slobbering for a debate when you literally just said that yesterday.
I'm certainly willing, right, to have a debate with you and Haiti.
You're actually not. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
It's not performative, right? And it's okay if you want to pretend that you don't believe me to wiggle out of it, Haiti, right? But all you have to do is say, well, all you have to do, Haiti, is say that although you claim to want to do it, I personally am not interested anyway. That's the proper way to state something like that, rather than I don't believe you. The better question is, do you want to have a debate or not? If you don't, I'm okay with that.
No.
How can you say, no, wait, Haiti, how can John say that Haiti has claimed to want a formal debate on this? Haiti has never said that she wants a formal debate on this. Haiti has never said it. I have never said it. And for you to just say that Haiti has made a claim, that you're claiming that Haiti has demanded a formal debate on this is ridiculous. She's never said that.
I have asked you on a text debate, I remember, because I actually thrive on text debates because I can just put links down and things like that, evidence, copy paste, right? But you declined, right? This was on abortion, if you remember, Jane. I've actually asked Haiti when she created her server and you guys wanted me to ask atheist questions, right? You wanted to give me a channel to do that. And I said, I'm willing to. And Jane was number one, and Haiti was number two. And both of you didn't show up to the table. And therefore, I told you I was not interested. And if you're going to get me as being performative, that I'm slobbering to ask you guys questions or debate with you, but I'm afraid all you guys have to do is say that you're not interested, and that's okay with me. You don't have to be interested.
We did say that. We
You
did
are
say that.
interested
We've
or
said
not?
it the entire time.
Well, if that's the
We're
case,
interested. We
then
said we were interested.
okay.
And you're only
Well, then I
asking.
will
Shut
say
up.
this.
Can I
I will
stop?
say-
I've been trying to say this for 5 minutes. Shut up, John. Shut up, John. Shut up. The only reason you're asking me and Jade is you know we're going to say no. That's what the dishonest part is.
No, I don't know that, because if you guys are an abortion,
Why don't you know
discussion
that?
for God knows how long, if you guys are involving yourselves like Jack is involving himself in these discussions, but Jack doesn't want to defend the position, the negation of a proposition in a form of debate. Maybe you and Jane don't either. That's okay.
John,
There's a
Jade
little
and
bit
I
of
debate
cowardice in
abortion.
these
the
debate
difference
Jade and I
circles like
debate
yourself.
abortion
Lots of
informally
cowards.
all the time. We informally debate abortion all the time.
We have discussions
All the
about it all the time. All the time.
What
So it's not
was it?
doing. It's just that I don't really
nor
care
have we ever claimed that
doing
we
this
wanted
format.
to do debates.
What was
But
it
you
that
I'm not
John?
saying that you want to, as long as you're admitting you have no interest in the debates, right?
We said
Then the way I
the
look at
get-go.
the way I look at it, you'd rather have interest in me, like being nailed down to debate, while
Well, you just
simultaneously
say you don't want to do a debate.
but while simultaneously rebuffing the people that are challenging you to your face. That's okay. You can
Why
do whatever
don't
you
you
want.
look?
But
He
Why
the
don't
doesn't
you
optics are
say
that Jane,
understand.
also? I don't. Why don't you just take our position and say I'm not doing any more formal debates? I'm not
Yeah.
interested in that.
Instead of
Why don't you
saying
do
that
that?
he's
Because that's what you
I'll
slobbering,
do
actually think.
formal debates,
instead of
Jay. Why would I take your cowardice
in
position?
the point that
Because you
what you're not getting is you go around saying you're slobbering for debates, right? Which Jane and Haiti are not saying. They're not saying I'm slobbering to have a formal debate. You're going around saying I'm slobbering
Fine.
for a formal
Let me
debate,
tell you.
right? Now the reason why that's good content for us is because when you say that, you're bullshitting, right? And so the fun for us is that you go around posturing about how you're slobbering for a formal debate with all these atheists, right? And then it turns out that when you're asked to give a date, right, when you're asked to commit to a thesis or whatever, right, to a debate proposition or whatever, right, endless excuses, dodging, disappearing, you name it, right? Every possible obstacle gets put up. Just like when Tom asked you, when you said you were, slobbering to talk to Matt Dillahunty and Pine Creek, he couldn't get you, to agree to a date and time. It was like pulling teeth, right? And that's the fun for us, is watching you get exposed for being a bullshitter, a posturer, right?
So here are my statements, right? It is the case, and I can repeat it if you want to have me utter the statement of slobbering for a debate with Jane and Haiti. That would be an accurate statement. But there's no reason for you to misrepresent that statement to say I have no interest in it. Do you see how Haiti answered? That's false. I do have an interest in it. However,
What she
if it's
was
the case,
What
are
she
you
was
saying that
addressing
it's a performative
wait. What she was addressing was the fact that there is a disanalogy between the two of you. Right, Haiti? That she isn't somebody who goes around saying, hey, I asked Haiti a fucking question. She doesn't go around saying I'm slobbering for a debate with people. Hey. She doesn't go around saying.
That's what I was saying.
Right, yeah. So you're just mischaracterizing what was being
I
said.
didn't say you didn't say
The other
that.
thing that's funny,
What
Jack,
I
is
did
not
say,
10
no
minutes
one's
ago,
disputing that.
John was claiming that he doesn't go around claiming that he's slobbering for debates. And now he says he does do that. So which is
So
it, John?
I'll tell you what. No, that's not what I said. So yeah, this is nonsense, right?
You said if
Always
you're
looking
going
for
to
some
characterize
future.
me as someone who walks
May I
around
finish?
slobbering for debates, that would be inaccurate. And now you're
Yeah,
saying
that
you
would be
do that.
inaccurate.
So
Right.
which one
And
is it?
So I said, I don't do that. But if you're going to have me with that statement, I could certainly say this is what I said. I said I don't go around saying that, and I don't. But in this
You
particular
do. You
instance,
just yesterday.
oh my God. Okay. And so, yes, in this context, right? Absolutely, I am slobbering for a debate with you and Haiti, right? But if you guys are thinking that this is all just whatever talk, and that's fine. You guys are thinking that I'm just, a posturing or bullshitting or whatever. That's fine too, right? But if you guys, but if you guys are serious about it, you'll find that I'm serious too, right? But if you're not interested in it, that's okay too. And if that's the reason, I mean, if you want to pretend that you really don't, right? But you want to pretend that I'm posturing. Therefore, in virtue of that, you're not interested. Well, that's just a smokescreen for your cowardice, I would say.
I never claimed that. I am not interested in formal debates at all on any
You
subject,
don't have
and I
to
never
act.
claimed that I wasn't interested in this particular debate because I think that you're posturing. I never said that. I am not interested
I'm
in formal
gener-
debates of any kind.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm generally not that enthusiastic about formal debates myself. Although I do.
We know, John. We know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why this is the point.
So why do you
You
keep
guys are
agreeing
the
to them?
ones, but you guys are, hang on. You guys are you, especially Jack, are the ones that are trying to construct a straw man that I'm over here bragging about this, that
You
when it
do.
comes to
Yeah.
showtime. Well, that's what you
Yeah,
guys,
we do
the
think you.
narrative.
Well,
I
look, I
could see
mean,
that's the narrative you guys want to fabricate,
you
and that's
literally said
fine.
I've been
You
waiting
want to
to talk to Matt.
misrepresent.
Did you
What
not
was
say
that?
I've been waiting to talk to Matt Talhandry for 20 years? Did you not say that?
So, with regard to debating as a team, this is something Matt and I talked about for many years, and we have interests and we had intentionality. For the first time, we debated with Piper and Billy on that subject. We were serious about it. We were interested in it, and we ironed it out and we completed it. There was no drama associated with it because it's that simple. With regard to the slavery and morality debate, Matt introduced it. I'm willing for it, and it's just a Matt and Jason volunteer. I take him seriously. I don't take Jovan seriously, and Sasha. Well, that remains to be seen based upon what's going on in the back channel right now. But the point is that we're going to show up. We're interested. You guys make more drama and hype out of it. And unfortunately, when I spoke with Matt, he enjoys that in my opinion, that crap too. Right. So I can't dissuade him from his interest in that way. He's told me that he cares more about the pre-debate and the post-debate than the debate itself. Well, what am I going to do? That's my debate partner. But yeah, if coloring me as one who avoiding, he's running, he's slithering, he's avoiding, he's not defending, he's making claims he's not supporting. The list goes on and on. These are atheist tropes that just are just like, how can I believe if you're not willing to give me evidence? That kind of a thing. I don't care about you believing in in
Do it.
in the
You
way
do it
that
every
you
single
guys are
day,
asking.
John. You do it every single day.
And so all of these little tropes are just white noise to me. It's not like I haven't heard it 10,000 times before. Jack surprisingly um, acts like a new atheist, and, you know, when he's supposed to be a philosophical atheist. he acts like a history epistemologist running the Socratic method. That's what was hilarious with at least Pine Creek admits to being a street epistemologist, admits to implementing and practicing the Socratic method, right? And he values it. And that's what he would prefer to do, right? Jack is frustrated because he wants Pine Creek not to do the things he loves. Because Jack, if two people want to ask questions, well, then who gets to put the answers? Jack doesn't want that situation. He wants to be able to interrogate Pine Creek. And if Pine Creek does not answer my questions, I'm going to abuse them. And I don't care because I don't care about answering questions. I'm interested in what you have to my questions. And this is the irony when he was talking about street epistemology in a sort of derogatory way. That's exactly what you're doing, Jack.
I don't even understand what you're saying.
I don't understand, guys. That's my answer. I don't understand.
What's the argument for that?
Thank you. You nailed it. Not, this is my argument. Let me tell you my argument. These are my premises. This is my conclusion. You don't often hear that from Jack B. I wonder why.
What's the argument for that?
See, at least when Gadfly does it, he does it in a way that is like kind of humorous. And he does that with Converse. But when I listen to Gadfly, he actually gives arguments. So when he says, like, what's the argument for that? He's not a one-trick pony like Jack is. Because he has substance. Jack does not.
Yeah, John, just keep trying to poke and prod because you're very upset about what just happened. Keep going.
John, would you like to take a brief intermission
When
and
you
then
start
carry
saying
on?
that, he's just saying that because he's jealous. He's just, you don't understand. All these statements are just cope. That's what you don't understand.
Wait, your statements? Because it sounds like you're coping real hard, John Lee.
Yeah,
John, do you want us to?
You think that my statements and the statements about what Jack says, like if I were to say something like Jack, you know that this is the case, and so you just afraid of this and that and so forth. If I spoke in that way, yeah, that would be like what Jack is saying.
I don't know what the fuck you're
But
talking about. I have heard Jack do substantive claims and then back them up. So I've never heard you back up a claim, but I've heard Jack back up a claim. So
can you back up that claim with some
Yeah.
evidence and examples?
Yep.
Such as
I'm
what?
a witness.
Such as
There's a
what?
few other witnesses.
No. What did he claim? What did he back up? And how did he back it up? Can you even
Well, it's a
steel man what he
nuanced
said?
discussion that I was half listening to.
It's silly. There's no point. There's no
No, I know
point
there's
in
no point in
even.
defending it. I'm
I
not
was-
trying
Yes,
to defend it.
I
I
was
wasn't going to
paying
think of a
He's just-
specific
to him
example,
backing up the
but
claim,
I've
I
never
He's
heard
just.
John
This
Lee.
is just
see how
whataboutism.
I know.
This is just
You see?
whataboutism.
No, he made a claim, right,
Yeah.
about you, Jack. No one solicited the claim from him. No one asked him a
Like a
question.
month
Yeah, but
ago.
you don't
Like a
understand,
month
John.
He
ago,
on
the
his own
subject
made a
was.
claim, right? And I called him on the
I
carpet.
told you,
Look
John.
what resulted
This
from
is
that.
you're under some illusion, right? This is some kind of equal playing field here. I told you that's not what it is, right? The purpose.
Jack
Here we go.
defend his claims.
This is
I
it.
did
There
some
it is.
time
There it
This
ago,
is it.
but you don't. All of these vagaries have no substance. They're all
You know,
baseless.
vagary
And
doesn't mean
I
vague.
haven't seen you make a claim and support it, but I've seen Jack. Like what example do you have? Oh, I
Well, I'm
wasn't
trying
ready
to.
to
I
take it.
started explaining that.
Just
But
it's no, but let's
there's
not
no
go
reason
down the
to.
what.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
not
no
go down the
reason.
I do
whataboutism.
feel that's what
Let's not
happened.
let's
I
not
don't feel
indulge
that from
the
you.
I never
let's
said
not
that word
indulge the
feel.
whataboutism.
Never said the word feel,
claim.
fuckhead.
Yeah, obviously you didn't.
No, then why did you say it? If you're gonna mock me properly, you fucking loser.
He's just triggered.
I know. It's funny.
John, do you want to take a quick break?
A little more out.
John, do you want to take a quick break? We'll talk about something else, and then we can
let,
pick it
let
right
me
back
let
up.
me let me gaslight John incessantly because
I don't gaslight you at all. I only speak the truth.
I didn't say you, sir. I didn't say
I don't
you,
lie.
sir.
People know me as not a liar. Sorry, bud.
Wait
I don't lie.
a minute. I don't consider you a gaslighter. I do consider Jack a gaslighter, though.
I don't think Jack's a gaslighter either. I've never heard him do that either. Good try.
Thank you.
Were you going to back that claim up? Were you going to back that claim up or no?
Obviously, I don't share your opinion.
Oh, okay. Because you're bitch made or for other reasons? Okay, bitch made. Got it.
Just for those who have came into the room, we're into hour 3 of a John Lee stroke Brain Trust Bitch Fest. John, are you good? Do you want a little break, or do you want to? I mean,
well,
how do you
yeah,
want to
you know what? I don't know if yeah, you guys must have more than 25 people, but I'm just heading into beautiful. I'm just heading into beautiful Huntington State Beach. So I left at about 7 a.m. So it's 3 hours and 44 minutes that I work, and then I have to go to the post office. So my day is gonna be about done, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna have an alcoholic adult beverage.
Well, it is Friday, right?
Yeah, the day does end with a Y. I mean, come on, John.
So wait, can you turn on at 2?
So I mean, you guys can imagine that I'm running from the Great Jack and strike, but I have to pull in, and the wife does not like.
Unfortunately, there's more than 25 people, so I guess you can't turn the camera on.
That's right.
Is that right, people?
I could share, but I mean, it's not really anything other than me pulling into a beautiful beach area.
So what's the plan? Have you got work to do today, or what?
The plan is that I have the goods. I bring it to my wife. She packages it.
Yeah.
Right? She loves to do that for some sick reason. I don't know. I hate to do that, by the way.
In the RV?
She makes it all nice in the RV, right?
Wow.
And then that's when I make my breakfast. That's when I make my drink. I do all this stuff or whatever.
Okay.
And then once she packages it, I purchase the postage and I take it to the post office. I drop it off, and we're both done for the
Do you
rest
have one of those printer thingies that you pay the postage and it prints a label? How do you do it?
He likes to monopolize the kiosk for sometimes hours. He's a real asshole.
No,
you can get a little device, I believe, that will print out labels.
It takes me about a minute a label, right? The way they have those machines.
Wait, are you writing it?
No, we have what do you call those square things that are computerized? Those Q whatever they call them. QR code.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I purchase a label, I put in all the detail and the address and all that. It generates
and then you print them out. Post office.
And you would think all I have to do is just boom, scan the QR code, and it just rips out the labels. No, it's just sick the way they have the kiosk.
Why don't you just
it takes me about a minute a label. So if I have like 50 orders, it would be over past 2 days, 3 days, sometimes over the weekends. It would take me 50 minutes.
He sits there at the kiosk so nobody else can use it for 50 minutes. Can you believe this asshole?
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong about this, John, but I thought there was some sort of handheld device that you could print, because I remember doing all these. No, that you need a little printer, right?
Yes.
And then you could just prepare them in the RV.
So when I did it off the laptop, you could just click like little check marks. It's this easy. Check, and then uncheck the ones that don't apply. Push print, and then boom.
What was that?
Right?
I ranked John Lee an 8.5 on the official John Lee hype scale this morning. It's been a good morning. Good morning.
That's pretty high. Wait, only an 8.5? I think.
Yes.
Okay, you're really close. I give it about a 9 myself.
Jonathan, do you have an Amazon wish list that we can contribute to?
An Amazon wish? Oh my god, I just made a sale. Oh,
nice.
Oh no, another sale. Oh my god. It's
25 more. Yeah, John, if you put a wish list up on Amazon, we could get you one of those thermal printers. Amongst other things we can send to a
doesn't want
box.
to do that though.
I don't
Well, I was thinking, I
understand.
don't want. Actually, you know what? It's a long story, but I used to have a printer. And I used to,
Oh yeah, I used to have a
but I
printer.
don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
that
yeah.
anymore. So I use the cat now. What I wanted to clear up though, because Tom is like making this narrative that I stand there hogging up the kiosk so that others cannot
Yeah,
use
I've
it.
literally heard people coming up to you, like asking about it. You're like, no, I got a lot to do.
First of all, yeah, you're making inferences that I'm trying to clear up, right? So you have the data point. I use the kiosk. I have a lot of print. It takes a long time, and
I've
you
literally
literally heard.
heard people
Yeah,
coming
you
up
heard.
to you and
Okay, these are the
asking you
data
how much
points of
longer
which
you're
I
gonna
agree.
be.
These are the data points of which I agree. However, what you're not saying is that 90% of the people prefer to stand in line than the kiosk. Secondly, the individuals that ask me
They're
if
standing
I'm
in line
using
because
the.
you're using the kiosk.
May I finish, sir? You're not even letting me finish. 90% of the people use the line rather than the kiosk. Number 2 point data. There are 3 machines, self-service machines, at least in the one that I used to go to. That's number 2.
The
So
one that you used to go
I'm using,
to.
hang on,
What?
sir. I'm using the one that's before the entrance. Okay. And I don't know if you ever heard me say when they ask me, are you using that machine? I tell them yes, right? And I glance over and I see the other 2 empty. And I don't know if you ever heard me, Tom, say there's 2 more right there. Maybe you heard it or you don't want to disclose that to the people here, right? And so it's almost never the case
Almost never.
where like
Almost
someone
never.
has to wait, where someone has to wait more than one individual for that. And yes, it is true. Sometimes I'll be 50 minutes, maybe even just boarding over an hour on one machine, but it's not the case that I'm necessarily holding anyone up who wants to use a kiosk. That's the narrative you want to pretend.